Hi, guys. Welcome to an episode of Brian Talks, the first one of 2026. I'm your host, Brian. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year. I know it's pretty late in January, and I haven't done a video in about a month and a half, I think. So just holidays and just stuff. So now I'm jumping back on to do the first one of the new year, and I hope everybody's new year is off to a great start. And I don't have an outline for today's episode, but I do know some things I do want to talk about. I want to tell you guys about some books and stuff that I've read, some movies that I've recently watched, and then we'll do a little let's talk portion about like New Year's resolution slash things we want to do different or change this year. So with that, let's get right into it with what we're gonna do. I went ahead and did my book review of the books that I the books that I read during 2025, which is the first year that I actually really delved back into reading, which I'm sure you know if you watched my other videos. And I ended up reading 10 books for the whole year, which I am really proud of that. That was kind of my goal in my head. I didn't really set that goal, but that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I at least hope I finished 10 books. And then when it came to it, I counted the ones that I finished, and I'm like, sweet. I'm like, I hit 10 books. So I'll go run through them real quick, and I will tell you about the ones that I've read this year so far. And then I will tell you about my big purchase I made. So I read this year. I'm not going to go into too much detail about every book because I mean it's 10 books, and that this video would be forever. And these aren't in order of how I read them. It's just the books that I read for 2025. So let's go with the first one. I read In the Company of Witches by Orly Wallace. Super cute story. Oh, I still have that little bookmark thing. It was a cute story, witchy, about Warren witches, about this girl who doesn't like to use her powers anymore. I think ever since her mother passed away, and she lives with her two aunts, which we know that type of story, right? But if you're into witch books and stuff, very cute. Second is A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. Super, super cute, very funny, very sexy, and just a great holiday story rom-com. Opium and Absinthe, which this is by a local author, Lydia Kang. I don't think she's from Omaha, but I know she lives in Omaha and has for a while. It was a good book too. It's been some of these have been a long time since I read them, so forgive me if I don't recall them very well. I know it was about this girl who was taking the opium and absinthe to like help feel better about certain things. So and then she kind of got addicted to it, and she kind of hallucinated a bit certain things, and she thought somebody was a vampire and all that stuff. And it takes place in 1899 in New York City, so it's like way back. Mike Sorrentino from Jersey Shore, his memoir, or whatever you want to call it. It was good. Kind of nice to hear what he actually went through for the whole show and during the show, and his struggles and everything, and his big old comeback and all that. So it was good. My dad read this one as well, even though he knows of Jersey Shore, but he's never watched it and stuff. And I gave him the DVD of the first season that I had, and I was like, Dad, just letting you know, it's like they're in their 20s and partying and all that, you know. And he said he started it, and he watched some of the first episode, and he turned it off. I was like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but I mean, hey, he gave it a shot. I also read A Holly Jolly Ever After by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. So I read this first before A Merry Little Meet Cute, not really knowing they kind of like one, two, and three type thing. And the third one is a Jingle Bell Mingle, which I haven't read yet. But from reading this, I was like, oh, there's a book or something before this because it was like referencing stuff. And so I went and got that book to read A Merry Little Meet Cute. But this one, that was the first one I went. So, so funny. The character Callum is freaking hilarious. He's so adorable. And in both this book and A Merry Little Meet Cute, there is not one character that I dislike. Like, all of the characters are so likable. You fall in love with them instantly. The guys are the sweetest, and they're just, I highly recommend these if rom-coms are your thing. Even though they're Christmas ones, read them anytime. They are great. And I can't wait to read a Jingle Bell Mingle. The Pale House Devil, which is just a thin little guy. This one, I do remember, it wasn't really scary. Uh, One living, one undead. Oh, yeah. So this one is, I'll just read this little synopsis. Ford and Newland are paranormal mercenaries, one living, one undead. One of them kills the undead, the other kills the living. when a job goes bad in New York, they head west to wait for the heat to cool down. So they kind of go in hiding, and they run into this lady, and they get hired to kill a demon in a haunted mansion and stuff. It was good. I mean, a short, really easy read and a little good book for spooky season. Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which I'm sure you guys have heard of this whole series. It was good too. Very cute, very fall, autumn rom-com that gets a little spicy towards the end, which I don't know if all of them, I know they all are a small town spicy romance. This one was good, and then at the end is where it got pretty spicy, so I don't know if all of them are like that, but these are good too. This is the first one that I've read out of the series. I have all the other ones except the new one, The Gingerbread Bakery, I think it's called, which I plan on getting at some point, but I have so many books I need to stop buying. I'm sure you guys have heard me say this bazillions of times. I've got to stop buying books, but it's just so hard for me because I just love it and it just makes my soul feel so good. So, anywho, this book, Holiday on the Rocks by Mary Lee Painter, she is a local author. She just recently wrote this. Came out in November, I want to say, of 2025. And Matt, I entered a contest to win this book off a podcast that you guys have heard me talk about, the Big Party Show podcast. And I asked Matt if he would enter the podcast or the contest too, just in case he would win it. And Matt won it. So he won it, and of course he won it for me. So thank you, Matt. Very, very cute. Takes place in a cabin up in Colorado, I want to say. Ugh, God, my brain is everywhere. I know they're both going to a wedding and they're exes, and they come back together at this wedding, and she gets in some type of accident and he ends up helping her and yada yada yada. It was really cute, and it had some really big like twists and turns that I was not expecting. I want to see if I can. Yeah, Colorado. Woo, I was right. I would have felt bad if I was wrong and Mary Lee saw this because she follows me on Instagram now, and I don't want to disappoint her. She also has several other books. There's Minnesota one. I'm sorry, Mary Lee, forgive me. Uh, Something in Minnesota, and I'm not familiar with the other ones. I'll get back with you guys on that, but highly recommend this as well. Never Been Witched, I read, which, like I've said bazillions of times too, I have listened to all three of these books on my Audible, which I think I listened to these in 2024, and they all just came into print within the last year or so of 2025. So it's Never Been Witched, Witches Get Stuff Done, and Big Witch Energy. I have all of these books. These are so good, witchy, romantic, funny, a little bit of sexy. They're just fantastic. So definitely read these. These do go in order. I believe it's this one, Witches Get Stuff Done, and then Big Witch Energy 1, 2, and 3, and they all follow a character of the same like world and friend group. So if you like witchy rom-com, here you go, here you go. And then this one I started in late 2024, I believe, and then I did finish it in 2025. Grady Hendrix. I've listened to what was it? How to Sell a Haunted House by him, which I really, really liked. It was a little creepy, spooky, kind of crazy, but it was good. I listened to that on Audible. This one I read, obviously. Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which they are supposed to be making this an HBO show soon, so we'll see how that is. My only thing about this book, I wish it had a little more vampire action, but the type of vampire that is in it, I like the take on the vampires. So check it out. Those are my 10 books that I read in 2025. I also made a purchase a few weeks ago, and I got a Kindle Scribe. This was the book I was reading, The House Across the Lake, which I finished this book, and it was very good. I had a friend recommend The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, I think is how you pronounce his last name, and it was really good. But this you can also write on. So like this was just, I'm not going to show all of it because it has some personal information on here, but you can write on it. And this is some notes I made when I was I took Matt to a doctor's office, so I was making some phone calls while I was waiting, and I had this with me in case I wanted to read my book, which I did read a little bit of it, and then I had to make phone calls, and I'm like, I need paper, and I'm like, oh my god, I can use my Scribe. So very, very cool. I freaking love it. The House Across the Lake was my first book I read of 2026, and my first Kindle book I read, I think. Yeah. And love the Kindle. Absolutely love it. This one is not color, which I don't mind. They do have a Kindle Scribe that is color soft, just like the normal little Kindle color softs that are like 6.5 and 7.5 inches. They're not very big. But yeah, I think I'm gonna buy another Grady Hendrix book on here as my second read, or maybe Heated Rivalry, because I haven't seen the show, but I've heard so much about it, and I wouldn't mind reading those as well. So, oh, and there's a gingerbread bakery right there. And then when I got this, I have Kindle Unlimited for free for 3 months. So anything that says Kindle Unlimited, oh, and that's on Kindle Unlimited. On top, I can read for free. So maybe I should do that instead of buying some. I don't know. We'll see. But I really, really love this thing so much. And since I've had it, I have not plugged it in. I think maybe once. No, I think from the day I got it, I plugged it in. And since then, I have not plugged it in. And it just sits on my desk when I'm not using it. Other than that, I have it with me, obviously. And I have still 40% power on this. Crazy. So that was House Across the Lake, my first book of 2026. And I am now reading Hollow, which I am halfway through. I just started this last week. Hollow by Selena Myers. I don't if you guys are on TikTok or social media and you follow Selena Spooky Boo. This is her in her first book, and it's a vampire book. And I am really, really into it. It's so vampire-y right now, and it just making me feel vampire-y, and I just like am in my vampire era, if you will, which I'm kind of always am because I love vampires. I have for my whole life. I love supernatural everything, and this is so good. I cannot wait to finish it. Like I said, I'm halfway through, and then she has really cool like blood dripping down on the side. I got a special edition and pre-ordered this from Target because I got a Target gift card from my work. So why not get a book? And then I got the Taylor Swift vinyl with the rest of it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Those are all the book talks that I have for this here podcast. Obviously, I will be reading more books as the year goes on. You guys will be hearing a lot about books. Sorry, I have something in my lip. With the movies, so I'm a little late to the game with movies because Matt and I are just comfort people and we put on comfort stuff a lot. And a lot of time he's playing a game and I'm reading. And so we just have stuff on the background and it's stuff we've seen like many times. And one night a few weeks ago, I was like, Matt, do you want to watch a movie? He's like, sure, what movie? And I'll revisit it, but going to the Let's Talk portion with things I want to do this year, different this year, and resolutions and all that stuff. I want to watch the stuff that I've wanted to watch for a long time. I just don't because I get such in a routine when I come home from work that I just get in that routine and I want to watch the stuff, but then I want to read and just chill or watch something I've watched, and I need to get out of that like comfort zone, you know? So we watched K-pop Demon Hunters, which was so good. I loved the music. The story was awesome. It was just so, so good. Matt loved it too. I'm sure most of you have seen it. And if you have kids, I'm sure you've seen it. I had some friends who commented on a post I made about it on my story on Facebook and stuff that their kids or their daughters and stuff listen to the soundtrack over and over, which I don't blame them because those are some good songs. It is a great movie. Another one I've been wanting to watch, which my cousin told me about, which I've heard about on my podcast and stuff, was Sinners. I did enjoy it, and then I was explaining it to my friend and my dad. And the more I talked about it, the more I realized I enjoyed it more. But I will say for me, and I know Matt kind of agreed, the beginning was kind of slow to get into. Like it just moved really slowly. And then if you guys have seen it, maybe you know what I'm talking about. And then they get to the juke joint, which I'm not going to say too much to give the movie away if you haven't seen it. It really picks up in action and stuff, and it was really good. I would probably rewatch it again. I did have hard times hearing it at points because it was like the tone of voice was so low that I couldn't make out some certain things, but it was good. And if you like vampires, definitely check it out and then give your opinion. If you want, comment on this video. So then I have other movies that I want to try to get to that I've been wanting to watch that I just don't because I'm in my comfort zone. So I'm going to try to break out of my comfort zone a little bit more. Well, before I get into Let's Talk, I want to say one more thing. You guys know that like diamond art? So I found, oh no, what happened? Sorry. I found, oh my God, make shit. I'm gonna unplug this and see what's happening. Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that okay? Okay. So I don't think my headphones are plugged in all the way. I found this at Michael's, and it's the diamond art for bookmarks. So I'm currently making this middle one. I'm like up to here. I have all the stars and stuff done, and I'm up to like this point with the like background. It's fun. It's really relaxing. I thought it was gonna be tedious and kind of annoying, but it's I like it. I really like it. And my dad just gave me this a light up board that you can use to place stuff like this on so you can see better, like the letters on here that you gotta follow. And for my aunt, that gave it to him, and he, I guess, talked to her, and she said she doesn't care if he gave it to me. So I just got it yesterday, and I was playing with it last night, and I'm gonna probably do stuff on it today. But it's fun. I like it. It's really relaxing and enjoyable. So if you want like a stress reliever activity or something, check out the Diamond Art stuff, y'all. And then you can start with something like little, like a bookmark. They have coasters, they have little pictures you can do, and just start small and build your way up. I really, really like it. All right, so let's get into the let's talk portion. Our first let's talk of 2026. Okay. I want to talk about like resolutions. I don't want to really call them resolutions, but we'll say resolutions, things I want to change and just things I want to do better at and all that for the year, for myself, and just in general, I guess, just life. I want to better my life and everything. Of course, working out, that's always a new year thing for a lot of people. Get my butt into the gym or even home workouts. I just got it. I just got it. I just got it. I need discipline, y'all. I need discipline. But I'm disciplined to come home and sit my butt on the couch and read a book or watch a movie or something. I need to change it up. Work out, then I can sit my butt on the couch, read a book, watch a movie, do whatever the heck I want, and it'll be way more rewarding. That's one. Another is, like I said, I want to get out of my comfort zone of things that I want to watch, series I want to finish. Obviously, I'm already knocked the book stuff out, so I need to stop buying books so I can read the book. Like, I probably have 100 books. I'm not even kidding. Over 100 books, and I need to read all of them. Probably I don't want to read, just certain ones I've gathered through the years for whatever reason, but anywho, most of them I will. I want to read my books. I need to really try to quit buying books because I'm just adding to my collection and I get kind of a little overwhelmed when I pick out my next book because oh my God. I uh I just have so many and I can't make up my mind because I want to read them all, you know? So, I'm going to focus on that. Also, what else? What else? I had felt like I had a bunch of things. I guess those are my two main things, like building a healthier lifestyle, losing weight, ma being more financially responsible, which I am. I mean, all my bills are paid. I never pay a bill late or anything. I just don't need to spend money on dumb crap, which I love shopping, you guys. I really, really enjoy shopping and buying stuff. I wouldn't say I'm materialistic. Like, I love buying a new set of pans because my old pans are too old and I need new ones. Like, that excites me. I love buying just the most random things. It can be anything, and I love it. A new thing that I want to bake, and I love going to buy the ingredients, which I guess that's not really like useless stuff, but like useless stuff would be books and wall art because I have plenty of wall art that I need to hang up at some point to replace what I have around my bedroom. I did get some new wall art for Christmas that I found at Hobby Lobby a while back, and my dad got me from What I Want to Do. It's like a three one that goes together, and it's like an outdoor tree scene. So I think that's going to be my theme for my living room. Or when I move, we're probably going to move this September, which that's a whole nother podcast. We'll get into that a different time. But I just need to change up my decor because everything I have, most of it I've had since my first apartment, and a lot of it there are things I'm going to keep up, especially like my artwork that I've gotten from friends that have made it for me and stuff I've paid for. And I have a lot of like artwork from craft shows and stuff. So that's what my room is going to be, is like artwork from locals and just like other people. So I do need to get shelves to add some dimension to my walls. But I mean, I like it. I love decorating and doing stuff like that. So, but yeah, being a little more frugal with my money. I'm still gonna treat myself and stuff. I'm still gonna get me Starbucks because I love it. Scooters, anything coffee, I love it. My matchas, ugh, so good. If you guys like matcha, go try the Starbucks chocolate Dubai pistachio iced matcha, whatever you want, and get oat milk because it makes it super creamy. Delicious, and the chocolate cold foam is perfect. Delish. And let's see what else. I think that's it. So let me recap. Working out, building a healthy lifestyle, frugal money, and starting to watch these series and movies that I've been wanting to watch for a while. Series that I've started like in 2018 that I'm mostly done with but never finished. I need to finish and get these things to a close. And for like my peace of mind, like, oh yeah, because every time I see it, it's like, God, I need to finish that. And I just have this like open space where I'm like, I need to watch it and finish it. So that is one of my other goals for this year and just moving forward, just quit being in my comfort zone and rewatching the same stuff over and over. I'm still listening to podcasts, of course, doing all that, pretty much the same podcast I'm listening to. Oh, I want to get my audios onto like Apple Music, Spotify. I mean, not Apple Music, excuse me. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the streaming service of just audio for the show. I'm going to get that done in 2026, hopefully early 2026 within the next couple months. That's another goal I want to do, and be a lot more consistent on my videos because I take breaks and I just get in these lulls that I just don't record, and I need to stop doing that because I'm going to lose people's interest and I want to gain a huge following. So those are my 2026 resolutions for this question for this podcast. We're going to end right here. What are your 2026 resolutions, things you want to do, change, all that goodness? And what else? If you've watched any of the K-pop Demon Hunters and Sinners, let me know what you thought of those movies. Like always, please like, subscribe, share, follow my Instagram at BrianTalks_pod. Yeah. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful start to the new year. I know the world is a piece of shit. So do your best to keep your head up. Don't let all this bad shit get you down. And hopefully things keep getting better, you guys, for all of us. Thank you for listening, watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.